Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your girl coming through with this video. I'm just gonna jump right into it. Let's talk about drug addiction. Um, so I'm walking down the street a couple of months ago, and this young lady who I grew up with, like when we were younger, we used to hang out pretty frequent, and like her house at the time was like the party house. Like her mom was very open with her friends coming over, and everybody just went over there to have a good time. Like her mom really wanted to make sure, from what I take from it, her mom wanted to make sure that, you know, she's in a safe haven, a safe spot where she can be around her friends. And then her mom would be able to know, who her friends are and kind of fill them out or whatever, right? So fast forward a couple months ago, I ran into her and she was kind of unrecognizable because she's out here, on the streets, on these rough ass fucking streets of the 410. Like, and she's down and out right now, and she's addicted to drugs. And when I saw her, I did a double take. And she's still a fucking human being regardless. I walked up to her. She was on the strip. I walked up to her and I started talking to her. Because, I gave her a hug. Like, I talked with her for a minute. I gave her a hug. Because I want her to remember who she was and where she coming from. Because maybe like 5 years ago, a little bit more, she was doing so good for herself. She was working in the doctor's office. She was doing fucking good. And I stood out there and I talked with her, and I'm just beating in her head like where you're coming. Like, you came such a long way and you was making good money. You was doing so good. And shit happens in your life sometimes, y'all. And we stood out there and I just held her. And she cried in my arms. And it made me cry. It's, it's effed up when you want something for someone, but they have to want it. And it's like, no matter what you say or do, there's nothing you can do. Everything is up to them. That shit is fucking hard. So I just recently saw her again. And it's like she's spiraling down further and further down this rabbit hole. And there's nothing I can do. She walked over to me. She didn't know who I was at first. She walked over to me while I was waiting for public transportation. She walked over to me. She asked me for the time. And I said, girl, why you want to worry about what time it is? She's like, she called me by name. I was like, yes, it's me. Like, girl, so she was like, I told her what time it was. And, we exchanged like a couple of words this time. It wasn't to the extent like it was when I initially saw her a couple of months ago out here like that. No judgment. Because you don't know what people be going through out here. Like, it starts in the mind, y'all. It starts in the mind. That's why they have these little places like mental health places, mental illness, wellness, whatever you call it. It starts in the mind and it grows from there. And to an extent, everyone like who's watching this video, I'm not saying anything to bash anybody who's out here, because to a certain point in life, everybody's addicted to something. I don't care if it's food. It's people addicted to food. Like, I love chicken. I eat chicken every day. Don't judge me. But no, people are addicted to exercise. People are addicted to sweets. Everybody has an addiction, in some way, shape, or form. People have these, addictions, but drug addiction is a little different, because it's like they don't see themselves And it's like heartbreaking because, like I said, when I initially saw her, I just hugged her. I spoke with her like, is that really her? It was her. I spoke to her. I talked with her. I just hugged her. I just hugged her. Her family don't want to deal with her anymore. And I can understand it from both sides. You know, her daughter doesn't want to be around her. Her brothers don't want to. That's, she was out here with a pimp. I said, girl, a pimp? The fuck? You know where you're coming from. Know who you are. I be trying to drill that in her head. So, after I saw her and she walked up to me on the bus stop, asked me what time it was and didn't know it was me, right? I saw her just a couple of days ago and she was walking across the street, but I was like, I'm not going to approach her. I'm not going to say anything to her because this shit is heartbreaking. Like, really, it's heartbreaking. Like, the shit people do, they don't understand how it affects other people around them. The shit you do affects not just you, it affects everyone around you. And again, I don't judge her. I don't judge her. You know? But then I had she has a best friend that we grew up with, and I got in contact with her. And she was like, because I know her best friend has such an effect on her. So I was like, maybe if I can get in contact with her. And, I jumped through loops to get in contact with this girl. Found her, talked with her, and she said, yeah, I know she's out here, and she just like, just keep an eye on her for me, because she frequents around the neighborhood, not exactly the neighborhood, but pretty much around the area that I might go shopping and, I do go to stores every day, so I might see her when I'm out and about. But, just know your decisions that you make in life, it does not just affect you, it affects your family, your friends, people who genuinely care about you. You know what I'm saying? So when you see people in these wellness places getting their stuff together, you know what I'm saying? Getting their mental self together. Because it starts again in the mind. That takes strength. And my hat's off to them. It's not easy. It's not easy. I just want better for her so bad. I'm not in the best place in my life. But you know what I'm saying? But I just don't want to see her like that. It's messed up. But sometimes you don't know what triggers a person to make them go down that road. And I just pray for her and I hope she gets better. For her family's sake, for her sake, for her safety out here. I have much love for her, but it's not too much I can do. And her best friend, she said, well, Nat, because my name is Lynette, but she's like, Nat, could you take her in? Now, as much as I love her, I got enough going on with me. Shit, I ain't gonna be able to take her in. But when I'm out there, like, she and I, we talk, she asked me, could I make her something to eat? Hell yeah. I'll meet you at this place, or if, when I get paid or whatever, I'm not going to hand her money. But if she needs something out the store, something to drink, something to eat, I'm there for you. You know what I'm saying? But my place, my home, for you to be in, I'm not going to be able to do that one. Handing you money in your hand, I'm not going to be able to do that one. But being there for you, you want to talk or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We talked a few times. Except this last, a couple of days ago and the time when she walked up to me on the bus stop. And you know what I'm saying? But I have so much love for her and I hope she get better. I even, spoke with someone from a program to see if she wanted to get in the program. She said she wanted to get in the program, but she didn't go. And this, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put any more energy into, making steps for her because she has to do it herself. But, anyway, this is my video, and I'll talk with y'all later. You better love me. I ain't playing with y'all.